Cool, and we're live. About 8 minutes till kick off in these games, and so yeah, we've got 8 minutes till kick off. 4 games, well, 3 games regarding National League, and we're following along with the Auckland FC reserves game as well. And yeah, I've got the try bet pulled up for any NRFL games that will be live through there, and yeah. So I'll be keeping an eye on whoever could be possibly going up. So this will be your final call to get drinks, food, and prep for the game ahead. Seems that final preparations are being made on each of the pitches, and should hopefully not be too long from kick-off from each, as balls are being thrown down from the Birkenhead terrace. See, it's quite interesting that the reserves lineup has they've got 2 17-year-olds starting today with Evan Masamba and Liam Hill in the lineup. Oh, Ben Perez-Baldoni is away on international duty with the under-16s at the OFC Championships, so he'll be likely playing later this evening, and yeah, I'll probably if I feel like it, I'll tune in then. Kill some time with some OPL talk or something, and yeah. The players are now walking out Kiwi Tier Street. Auckland City are going to be... They've got a meets quota on under 20s minutes, so they're actually having to start quite a heavily rotated 11 today, which opens the door just that little bit more for East Coast Bays, but they still need one of Auckland United versus Western Springs or Birkenhead Eastern Suburbs to go the way of one of those top two in order to qualify for National League, which I believe would be for the first time as well, I believe, for East Coast Bays. And the Birkenhead Eastern Suburbs teams have just walking out for that game as well, and over at Western Springs they are now also walking out. It seems that Bay Olympic and Auckland FC will be fashionably late as we matching the theme of the week. Alex Paulson's brother Adam Paulson will be leading the line for East Coast Bays, I'm pretty sure, so that'll be one to keep an eye out for. And to my understanding, Auckland FC hopeful Ken Donkers is lining up for Birkenhead against Eastern Suburbs. And Auckland City's just kicked off. Cheers, mate. Just a cheeky bit of Excel and the Lineup 11 app on the phone. East Coast win themselves an early corner kick. Oh, space opening up for Eastern Suburbs against Birkenhead. Plays cut inside. Good save on the follow-up. Eastern Suburbs lead Birkenhead 1-0 after 30 seconds. Just Birkenhead caught napping. No one cleared the lines off the save. And yeah, Suburbs are up 1-0. That did not take long. I believe it, as of right now, it would be Eastern Suburbs and Auckland City knocking out Auckland United and East Coast Bays. This is how it essentially currently stands. Birkenhead going forward. Oh, they almost get one back. Bit of a half chance, but that's all it takes. Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise for the Auckland FC reserves. Old Blake Callanan's been dropped for Liam Hill. I imagine probably just a bit of rotation, but Callanan has been a bit iffy so far this season. So, yeah, with Eli Jones away with the first team in Australia, could be his chance to try and notch up a spot in the, or at least try and claim the number 2 spot with National League round the corner. Ooh, so no score for Manukau United Northern Rovers via Tribe. But we've got Melville, Hibiscus and Wanderers, Hamilton Wanderers versus Cambridge. So we'll keep an eye on that. See how that pans out. East Coast Bay's been sort of struggling to get out of their own half so far. Based off the lineup, it seems Auckland City have put a big focus on starting, an older defence and using the attack to fill out those under 20 minutes. So it's going to be a matter of East Coast Bay's having to try and nick one early and rely on the inexperience of the Auckland City attack. It seems I missed an Auckland FC Reserves goal. I have too. I was too busy trying to focus on the other games. Or was that Ralph Rutherford? So it seems Ralph Rutherford put the ball in and took a deflection off the Bay Olympic defender. So yeah, 1-0 Auckland FC Reserves. That doesn't really affect any of the current results. Boy, it doesn't affect anyone's National League qualification, but yeah. Oh, bit of loose ball. There was a bit of a tug of the of the arm there from the Birkenhead defender. And Eastern Suburbs look to push forward. Kicks it into the kicks the ball into the defender for a throw. Eastern Suburbs love themselves a good little long throw in, so I imagine they'll look to set up camp here and try and double their lead. Yep, palmed off onto it there, specialist long throwman. Oh, and Auckland United gets teed. Winger runs to the byline, puts it across the 6-yard box. The Auckland United forward just overruns it. And East Coast Bay's hopes stay alive. Yeah, East Coast Bays need a multitude of results to go their way in order to find their way into the top 4. They need at least one of Eastern Suburbs or Auckland United to lose, and they have to beat Auckland City. Again, East Coast Bay is still just parked up in their own half, unable to get the ball moving forward. And Northern Rovers have gone 1-0 up at home against Manukau United, which currently puts them in second spot, which would see them promoted to the Northern League. So as of right now, Manukau United and Northern Rovers will replace West Coast Rangers and Manurewa. Not really yet. Hamilton Wanderers 0-0 with Cambridge. Melville 0-0 with Hibiscus, which are sort of the only matches that matter. Well, that matter to promotion, as Ngaruawahia has safely secured their position in the relegation spots about a month ago. Sure as I updated the Auckland FC reserve score. And Eastern Suburbs made it too. That's pretty much the title gone for Birkenhead. The Tribe app. It's like basically community run, so like people at the games and whatnot update it. or the clubs themselves. I'm not entirely sure the specifics of it, but it's a good little app. They don't have every game, but like they cover most of them. And the Rainers seems to have really settled in over at Bay Park. Oh, bit of scrappiness in the box for Bay Olympic. And a weak shot from one of the Bay Olympic players that just doesn't even make it to the keeper. Garrow coming up big for Auckland City. Another corner for Bay Olympic. And somehow Tauranga City Fencewells United has just gone 1-1 in quick succession. So I'll quickly check in on that game, see what the hell just happened, because I looked at it a second ago and it was 0-0. What the hell happened there? So Tauranga City score after just over 7 minutes. And then 3 minutes later, Fencewells managed to put it in the back of Tauranga's net. So good little result for them. Well, West Coast Rangers Motordale was still 0-0. Shivneers breaking down the right for the Auckland FC reserves. Got the underlap. He plays it inside to McKinlay though. McKinlay squares up with a blocked shot. Ranui playing right back surprisingly. I assumed though Adama Koulibaly would be shifted out to right back, considering that's where he's seen to be for the New Zealand under-20s. But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting call. Especially with how Luka Viselic and Semi... Jonty, I'm not particularly sold on him. Like, when you've got a 15-year-old that comes into the team and almost matches his goal tally with just a few sub-appearances, it's sort of like... Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, because like, I think Jonty could be a decent player, but... Oh, Garrow forced to make a good save at near post as East Coast Bays almost make a breakthrough. They'll win the corner though. But yeah, I'm just not 100% sold on Jonty, you know. So I think it doesn't help that the team has been very mix and match over this season. Like, I think there's only been like 2 or 3 times that they've named an unchanged 11. And like, there's been some games where they've made 8 or 9 changes, you know. It makes it a bit harder for players to settle in and whatnot. On top of that, you have how he basically, the likes of him, McKinlay, Middleton, basically had an 18-month season because they had a full season of, you know, National and Northern League, and then came in, a full season of Northern League, played, then hooked up with the A-League team, and then played for those 12 months. So yeah. Free kick in a dangerous position for Auckland FC. Rutherford and Phoenix standing over it. Phoenix goes for it. Forces a good save. And on the follow-up, I think that was shivved near, but it's been called offside. Unlucky. Auckland must go 2-0 up there over Bay Olympic. Still no changes in the NRFL. Phoenix reserves are slaughtering Waterside Karori though. 4-0. Ooh, big slide tackle there. Can we see a card? It's yellow. I believe that was James Taylor that copped that one. It was big sliding tackles. Couldn't quite tell whether the springs are up or not. Fucking, I've got everything down to a small screen, so yeah, hard to see the finer details. Yeah. Yeah, Waterside have avoided relegation, so I would be surprised. They've really struggled the second half of the season, I noticed. So they were sort of like in the middle of the pack there earlier in the season. They really fell away. They had some absolute blowouts too. I think Napier put like 6 or 7 past them. Bay Olympic almost finds some space, but Koulibaly sweeps up the through ball. Liam Hill with a poor clearance, but McKinlay cleans it up and plays a very good ball through the in behind there, but Jonty just can't quite get there. Keeper manages to come out and get rid. Ranui with the ball in, but straight to the keeper. East Coast Bay's going to be finding a bit of space going forward now against Auckland City. Bit of a foot race going on. He's taken him out. Is that a free kick? No, throw in. Ooh. Bit of a fight for the ball going on deep in Birkenhead's half. They tried to play their way out of trouble, but Eastern Suburbs ended up with possession. Then they turn it over and bit of a mix-up at the back there between the Suburbs keeper and defence. Ball was just slowing down right on the edge of that goal of the box, so they managed to get it clear. Auckland United with a good little bit of play down the left, but no one getting on the end of the cross, which is Western Springs clear. Still no changes then. NRFL Championship, Northern Rovers lead Manukau 1-0, and Hamilton Wanderers Cambridge is 0-0, and Melville United Hibiscus is 0-0. East Coast Bay's the free kick in a deep wide area. Headed back across goal. But it's not because Auckland City managed to clear their lines. Jared's been good today for Auckland City. Made a couple of real big saves for them so far. Some good play for Birkenhead down the line. They play a ball on behind, it's a little too heavy for Susky to get on the end of. Some little mind games between the keeper and Susky as well. One interesting lob pass for Western Springs there on the break. They're not quite able to get it under control, which leads to Auckland United putting it to touch. Auckland City moving forward. Shoots from distance. And over the bar. Both City and East Coast Bays are currently out of the National League if results hold, as Eastern Suburbs leapfrogs Auckland City into the top four with their 2-0 lead over Birkenhead. Bay Olympic on the break. Man's free at the back post. Turns inside. And a good block is put in by Carlos Ranui there to send it over the bar. Birkenhead are really struggling just to string anything together today. Reminds me a lot of their game against Nelson Suburbs in the Chatham Cup, where just nothing was clicking. No one was getting on the ends of the Donkers knockdowns, and through balls are just that little bit too heavy. Oh, Shivnir driving to the box, but good tackle put in. Be a corner for Auckland FC reserves. Another corner for Auckland FC. Cody Phoenix to take. Ball to the back post. Keeper punches clear. Drops to Ralph Rutherford, who shoots, but it's blocked. Finds Phoenix. He just sweeps it just wide. May have also been offside, not entirely sure. Still no updates in the RFL. Oh, and Auckland FC have made it too. Proper this time. Cody Phoenix squared it back to, I believe that was Jonty Bidwar, who tucks it away for his 5th goal of the season. So yeah, 2-0. Took a little bit for them to get going after their break during the off-season, so good to see them. And Auckland City have taken the lead. They now lead East Coast Bays 1-0. From a free kick. For a cheeky little free kick set piece. They lay it off to the top of the box, and Maya Bevan just whips his foot around it and into the bottom corner. 1-0. So as of right now, that, I believe, knocks Eastern Suburbs back out of National League. So if Eastern Suburbs go through, they need East Coast Bays to pull something out here. Oh, that's a yellow for Nico Boxall, I believe, for a rough challenge. Some good play here from Eastern Suburbs outside the Birkenhead box. Oh, but a slip. You're able to recover it though. A chip ball over the top. Out wide, and it's cleared by Birkenhead. Fencibles have also taken the lead against Tauranga. Ah, do they? Oh, yes, yeah, because Auckland United need to win as well, yeah. Yeah, I'm so used to Auckland United being like in that third place for most of the season. They lost to Auckland City, and I think it was like something. So they lost to Manurewa or something, didn't they? And sort of dropped points there. Yeah, 2-1 loss to Manurewa. Sorry, a draw with City it was. Of course. Fuck Auckland City. I would love East Coast Bays to go through, I wouldn't lie. Western Springs driving forward across the box. No one's it's on the end of it. But there was the Western Springs centre back, number 4, that just went for a run. But the ball just ended up at the byline, cut it across, but no one there to put it away. I hope you enjoyed that lava chicken. Some great play here from Eastern Suburbs, just prying open that Birkenhead defence, and just poor touch just leads to the ball getting turned over. Western Springs breaking down the left, cuts it back into the midfield. And goal kick for Auckland United as a through ball goes out. And East Coast Bays have a throw in their corner, in the Auckland City corner. Looks like they'll be teeing up for a long throw possibly. No. Ooh, that's a rough challenge. Hold on, I'll just double check it. Yeah, Auckland United are currently 2 points behind Suburbs, so they would need a win to go through. And East Coast Bays would require the Auckland United result to hold, and they would need to. Well, they would just require the other two results to hold, and to beat Auckland City. Ball in. Christian and Gray manages to clear it, but that's called offside anyway for the fullback making the run down the left. Garrow. Ooh, make going for the run. Some high pressure, but clears it to the halfway line. And East Coast Bays turn possession back over again. And Jonty's just played through James Taylor on goal, but a great last man. Oh, that is poor. Oh, a great last man challenge from the Bay Olympic defender on James Taylor. Sort of stops the chance from happening, but really poor touch from the Bay Olympic defender coming across to cover his man. Just drops it right back at James Taylor's feet, and he fires a shot off at the near post, and the keeper manages to palm it away. So, got a bit lucky there. Ralph Rutherford coming down the right now. Goes outside, goes inside. Still has it, lays it off. Mitchell dancing around with it at the edge of the box. Chance seems to have ended as they recycle the ball through McKinlay. Another corner for Auckland FC, it seems. Oh, Springs give it away high up the pitch, but poor touch sees them get the ball back and they just kind of launch it upfield. To a bit of a dead end there. East Coast Bays give it away deep in their own half, but they managed to win the ball back pretty quickly and start moving the ball around again. Birkenhead blade ball over top, but it's that little bit too deep and runs through to the keeper. And Manukau United have equalised against Northern Rovers. That's now currently 1-1, which basically brings Hamilton Wanderers back into that second place spot to go up. And Bay Olympic have a free kick, had a free kick in a deep, wide area. They put a great ball in. It's met with a great header that goes rocketing past the post, but unfortunately it's the wrong side of the post. So stays 2-0 in favour of Auckland FC reserves. Eastern Suburbs scored after 30 seconds against Birkenhead, and then about again 15 minutes later, which should seal them in National League as long as Auckland United don't beat Western Springs. It also pretty much gives Western Springs the title for the Northern League. And in the NRFL, Northern Rovers are 1-1 with Manukau United, which leaves Hamilton Wanderers and Manukau United as the two to come up currently, with Manukau United having already secured their place in next year's Northern League. So it's basically 4 teams vying for that second place spot. Alright, I'll give you guys a sneak peek at a little something if that helps. Something I got prepared for the away trips this season, and Western Springs have gone 1-0 up. Right on as they struck the 45-minute mark. Bit of a scrappy ball, just goes through a bunch of legs and just drops to the last man at the back post, which just happened to be wearing a green and white shirt, and it's 1-0 to Western Springs. Yeah, I saw that tweet. Yeah, good old National League. East Coast Bays managed to get a ball in behind, but it's put dead by a City defender, so it'll be a East Coast Bays corner in the 48th minute of the first half. And Eastern Suburbs Burko has been called half-time with Suburbs leading 2-0. And Bay Olympic Auckland FC Reserves has been called half-time also at 2-0. With just the City, East Coast and Springs United game still going. Yep, that's half-time for City East Coast and half-time for Springs Auckland United. So yeah, as it stands, City and Suburbs will take those last two spots in the National League. And Western Springs pretty much have one hand on the title. As long as nothing silly happens, then they should wrap it up here. Yeah, it seems to still be all draws across the board in the NRFL Men's Championship, which would see Manukau United and Hamilton Wanderers promoted to next season's Northern League, should results hold. It seems that Island Bay United are hanging on for dear life in Central League. And Tribe has gone down, so I can't check the score for the other Central League games. So we'll come back to that. We're back for the second half. Western Springs and Auckland United about to kick off. Bay Olympic and Auckland FC Reserves have also made their way out. Burko and Suburbs are just setting up. And City East Coast Bays look ready to get underway. There's a bit of a talking to happening out in the Olympic Reserves game. The referee's pulled a couple players aside and just seems to be giving them the what for. There's still currently an unchanged results over in the NRFL with Northern Rovers Manukau United still 1-1 and Hamilton Wanderers Cambridge 0-0, Melville United and Hibiscus Coast still 0-0. So yeah, that would leave Hamilton Wanderers taking that extra spot for the Northern League. Ball over the top that just stops dead in its tracks because there's a pitch over at Bay Park is just that waterlogged. It bounced. It skidded twice and then just stopped. Gotta love it. I believe that's Nathan Martin on the pitch in midfield, so looks like Finn McKinlay may have been hooked at half time. Yeah, it looks like a Martin Mitchell midfield pivot. And I believe that's Connor Sykes in the 10. And this is just getting absurd now with this ball movement. It's just dying. This is just fantastic to watch. And Bay Olympic have taken 3 shots a goal. 2 of them, the keeper was taken out with a save with the first one. The next 2 are basically free shots at goal. But it's still 2-0 Auckland, so don't know how they haven't managed something there. Burko seemed to have a free kick in a deep and wide area. Ball in, bouncing around, but Suburbs managed to clear their lines and hoof it back into the Birkenhead half. Birkenhead making their way forwards. Oh, they try and put a ball and it's blocked. The Suburbs keeper tries to keep it in, but he just too wet. He ends up sliding along the ground and out over the dead ball line. Lovely little back heel to break the press there from Maya Bevan. He wins a foul as he's brought down doing it. Great bit of play there, especially with two men hanging off of him. And Bay Olympic Auckland FC Reserves game, the Bay Olympic winger tries to cut in, taking a heavier touch to set himself, but it goes about half the distance he was hoping it would go, I'd imagine, and just completely overruns it. And then his teammate proceeds to do the same thing with the overlap. Pass comes to a stop, but he still goes flying along for the overlap. Oh. Whoa, good little save from Liam Hill there. Bay Olympic attacker was just dancing around the box. Auckland just could not lock him down. Oh, that's right, he seems to have put the shot wide. No, mate, he's put the shot wide. It's a goal kick to Auckland. It's some great work to break through there and not lose the ball. Bay Olympic have been given a yellow card. And a scrappy goal followed by the ball just quite literally just dropping at the back post, and a Bay Olympic player just running and just smashing it in from about a yard or two out. And it makes it 2-1. With Auckland FC Reserves still holding the lead there. They've come out strong this second half, Bay Olympic. They've just dominated. Auckland FC have struggled to adapt with the weather, and yeah. Oh! An Eastern Suburbs defender almost puts it in his own net, trying to clear it. It's very reminiscent of Ishigo's header in the first day, where it just sort of heads it into the ground and then up and over the goalpost, crossbar. To be a corner to Birkenhead. East Coast Bays managed to gain some territory and try and play it around in the wide areas. Moving the ball around, switching to the right hand side. Ball in. Headed clear to a East Coast Bays defender, but City managed to turn it over and turn it into a counter. The play dies as East Coast Bays begin again from their own half. Auckland FC have a corner for taken by Phoenix. And it's called a foul against the keeper, I assume. Free kick. Still no changes in the RFL. Ralph Rutherford down the right, ball in. Oh! Bidwa manages to beat the keeper, but the Bay Olympic defender on the line just gets his body behind it and just keeps it out of goal. So it stays 2-1 to Auckland FC reserves. While Bay Olympic are going down the other end of the pitch. When he cuts inside, and shot's blocked. East Coast going forward, switch the play to overlapping wing back. Ball in, headed clear, but Bays managed to regain possession. Well, I tried a little pass through the middle, but it's cut out by the City midfielder. And the counter goes Ori as the ball's put out of play. It seems Adam Paulson, brother of Alex, has just made his way onto the pitch for East Coast Bays in the number 10 jersey. Bays breaking forward. Ball in. But the cross goes into the side netting, unfortunately. 1-0 stays to Auckland City with Garrow on the goal kick for City. And it's been a penalty for Auckland United. It's Played through on goal. Springs defender's gone to ground and just wiped them out. And Auckland United tuck it away. 1-1. Yeah. So that happens. It's that touch through. Yeah, it's just shoulder to shoulder. He's just gone down hard and made a bloody show of it. And yeah. Ah well, this is what it is. Corner for East Coast as well. Or is that a throw-in? Can't tell because there's a giant fucking pole blocking the corner. Yep, corner. Burko, yeah. So if Burko pull a draw, then yeah, United would go through because of goal differential. I'm not too fussed about anyone as long as City go down, but that's not looking likely at the moment. Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look at the table and Northern League standings. Yeah, so if Suburbs have +8 currently in their goal differential, while Auckland United are +14. So if Suburbs concede 2, then they'd be level on points, which would see Auckland United go through comfortably on GD. Same thing if Auckland United managed to poach a goal here and take the lead against Springs, then they would again leapfrog Suburbs on goal differential. Yeah, they've definitely picked up some momentum now. I don't imagine Springs would be too fussed considering the Burko result. Yeah. Yeah, fuck. Speaking of dodgy pens, Burko have just asked for one, but referees just waved them off and given them a corner. Sun's come back out now after all the heavy rain that we just had. Burko just camped out on Eastern Suburbs box as they just sit back and hold on. And as I speak about the sun coming out, starts raining over at the Birkenhead game. Oh, ball deep, but just runs over the touchline for a goal kick. So Burko will try and continue their second half dominance. Oh, Western Springs dancing around the box, shot blocked. Auckland United on the break, but it's cut out by a Springs defender for a throw-in on the halfway line. Oh, East Coast Bay's on the break down the left here. Ball in, but defender gets his feet to it. Oh, it's squirting around the box, but Garrow's squeaked it up. Yeah. East Coast Bay's probably the best chance they've had all game, really. They've struggled to break down that city block. Seems Dijon Nadu's come on for Shiv Nair by the looks of things. Oh no, sorry, for James Taylor, it looks like. So Shiv moves to attacking midfield. Oh, and it's 2-2. Though, will they be pulled back for a foul? Nah, seems like it was all good. So 2-2 for Bay Olympic as they pull back level. Liam Hill makes a good initial save, but there's no one there sort of sweeping it up round the back. Hensville's Tauranga is 2-2 now. And West Coast Rangers versus Manurewa is still 0-0. And Cambridge have taken the lead over Hamilton Wanderers, which I believe puts them second on the table. Yeah, Cambridge are now currently second on the table. 1 point, that puts them 1 point ahead of Hamilton Wanderers and 1 point ahead of Melville United. So, big result there for Cambridge. They'll be hoping that Hibiscus, I should say, could hold off Melville. Northern Rovers have actually made it 3-1 against Manukau as well. Actually, no, sorry, that puts Northern Rovers ahead of them. No, sorry, yeah. Northern Rovers are in second and Cambridge in third. So Cambridge either need to find 4 goals from somewhere or... Sorry, Cambridge need to find, 4 goals from somewhere, or they need Manukau to pull two goals out of something. It's heating up and down division below. Oh, and Hamilton Wanderers have equalised, which dampens Cambridge's hopes of breaking through. So it seemed Northern Rovers and... So yeah, that would leave Northern Rovers in second place on the table too. As Hamilton Wanderers need a win if Northern Rovers win. There's a Springs player down in their 6-yard box. So he's just getting some medical attention. And now a City player down. Oh, I see, yellow card for East Coast Bays given to Adam Paulson by the looks of it. Bay Olympic go bursting down the right, but Cody Phoenix closes it down for a corner. Uh, 1-1. I believe it does not currently. They would need Birkenhead to score 2 goals because Auckland United are currently 2 points behind Eastern Suburbs. So either Auckland United needs to score, which would take them above Suburbs on goal differential, or they need Burko to score 2 to bring Suburbs down 2 points and then pass them on goal differential. Most likely option would be Auckland United scoring, considering how it's picked up for them in the last since they've put that penalty away. And Birkenhead have really been struggling to break down the Suburbs blocks, so I don't really see them bagging 2 goals against this defence. Oh, Auckland United. And speaking of which, Auckland United made it 2-1. So Eastern Suburbs are now 5th. Western Springs still first place though, as Burko needed a point to match them. But yeah, Auckland United and Auckland City are currently the two teams taking the last two spots to the National League. And Springs have equalised. 2-2. That didn't take long. Oh no, sorry, was that... Or did I just miswatch that? No, sorry, it was the ball bounced up on top of the net. So it's still 2-1 to Auckland United. Goal kick. I saw the keeper turning around into his goal and assumed they'd put it in the back of it. And as the NRFL currently stands, it would be Manukau United and Northern Rovers taking West Coast Rangers and Manurewa's place in the Northern League. Just making a quick check-in on the Central League. Western Suburbs and Island Bay United has finished 0-0, which leaves them on 13 points, level with Upper Hutt City. I'm just waiting on the result for that game to sort of see who gets relegated from Central League. Seems it's ended in a 1-1 draw. So North Wellington have been relegated from the Central League. It was a Western FC, I think it was, to take their place. Birkenhead win a foul in the central position. It's going to be a yellow card for the Eastern Suburbs player who took him down. Meanwhile, it looks like City will hold on to this 1-0 lead and will play National League football next season. East Coast Bays just have not really threatened them in any real way, unfortunately. They've had one or two half chances, but the game was there for the taking. East Coast Bays recycling possession. Just looking for any kind of way through this Auckland block. They've dropped down to a sort of a 5-3-2 from the initial 4-1-4-1 they started with. And City on the counter. They've got a man open out wide on the right. Puts a ball in. Oh, just Auckland City attacker just dummies over and just falls to a East Coast Bays defender. So they're not quite able to kill off the game just yet. And another City player's gone down. Oh, it's a red card for East Coast Bays. I missed the challenge because I was focusing on the Birkenhead game. Let's watch this back. The ball's played forward. Takes a touch. Ooh, I don't know. I think he gets him a bit hard, but I don't really see how that's a red card. Oh, I see it's a second yellow. Yeah, second yellow for East Coast. The second yellow to a red. I'm about to say, it didn't feel like a straight red challenge, but yeah, second yellow makes sense. That's probably East Coast Bays done. It's unfortunate, but yeah, seems like East Coast Bays are done and dusted and out of the National League. Well, National League running. Auckland City move forward. Illich just holding onto the ball, plays out wide. Yeah, I hope so. I hope I've cursed it. I'd love to have that happen. It seems Auckland FC reserves have what is just about a short corner for a free kick. Ralph Rutherford standing over it. Sit on the penalty spot and Shivnir shanks it. And City made it 2-0. I think. Oh, it's an absolute stinker from the keeper there. It's gone straight down the keeper's throat and he's just spilled it into the back of his own net. That's just not great. 2-0 to Auckland City. That's a rough goal to concede. Yeah, that was just such poor keeping. Yeah, that's East Coast Bay's gone, I'd say. Olympico is being generous. And a great lot of help from the keeper there. Oh, ball over the top for Ralph Rutherford, and it's cleared away by a Bay Olympic player. East Coast Bays need 3 goals now if they want to play National League football, which would be just beyond them, I'd imagine. Man down against arguably the best team in the National League. It seems we're getting the long throw for Auckland FC. Carlos Ranui, I think it is, running over to launch it in. East Coast Bay's running hard, trying to cover for that extra man, but City are just playing through their press like a hot knife through butter. That extra man is just really just... Oh, actually Christian Gray coughs it up here with a... It's been a bit too long on the ball, but poor pass leads to getting cleared. And City on the break again. Man, busting his lungs down the right into open space. Likely look to kill it off here. Cutting inside. Teed up and straight at the keeper from, I believe, Maya Bevan it was. Western Springs is struggling to break down this Auckland United team. They just don't have that incisive pass through the middle for them. They keep trying to spray the ball sort of over the top into wide areas and just keeps running dead. I'd say it's the title all but wrapped up for Western Springs now as Birkenhead 2-0 down in the 93rd minute. Yeah, I'd say it's all but over. Oh, Suburbs on the break. Nah, just holds up the ball. Plays it through the middle. Suburbs have numbers. He's got to run outside and inside of him. And he shoots it directly into the blocking defenders. Suburbs still managed to keep possession. Plays the overlap on the right. Ball across. Back post. But it's headed over. 2-0 Suburbs still. And City on the attack. Turning his man inside and out. Shoots, but it's blocked. And East Coast is going to look to drive out of their own half. It's launched forward. No, it isn't. It's dinked to the right man on the right-hand side. He's a bit stuck where he is. Poor touch from this Bays midfielder. Almost coughs it up as they switch the play and move down the left. Out wide to Paulson, I believe. Squares up with his man. Cut goes outside, cuts it back, and it's out for a corner. Springs parked up on the United box. A shot from distance from Bays, which is pushed out for a throw-in. Just desperation now, starting to settle in. And Auckland United look to take it to the corner. But Springs managed to win it back, and that's it. Auckland United have beaten Western Springs 2-1. They're champions of the Northern League, almost definitely, unless Birkenhead pull off probably the craziest comeback ever, which I think is going to be next to impossible. And Tolong Offensibles ends in a 3-3 draw. West Coast Rangers Manurewa ends 0-0. Yep, that's it. Birkenhead go down 2-0 to Eastern Suburbs. That leaves them in second. Auckland City probably for the last attack of the game, and the referee's blown the whistle. Auckland City beat East Coast Bays 2-0 and take their place in the National League. And Bay Olympic and Auckland FC has also just blown 2-2 the final score there. Oh, it was an interesting one, that's for sure. So what's that? That's Birkenhead, Western Springs, Auckland City and Auckland United in the Northern League, or in the National League this season from the Northern teams. Yeah. I might return for the under-16s final. Once Tribe comes back up and running, I can see the final scores in the NRFL Championship. Still waiting on Tribe to load so I can see what the final scores are in the NRFL Championship. But based off what we saw, last I saw was Manukau United and Northern Rovers would be joining the Northern League next season. This is the worst possible time that Tribe could have gone down. Oh man. Sitting here waiting for the final results to roll in. See if I can find it on the Facebook pages. See, Insta. And Manukau United have apparently, oh no, that's the men's under 23, sorry. For a second I thought they'd just pulled an absolute madness. So I just checked the scores and it was 5-3 to Manukau when they were just leading 3-1 not long ago, so that just absolutely caught me off guard. Yeah, just waiting for that final Northern Rovers score to roll in and still nothing from the first team results. Okay, United. Just the under 23's result. Still nothing. Still no updates to the scores. So Northern Rovers has ended 3-1 to Northern Rovers Manukau, ended 3-1 to Northern Rovers. Hamilton Wanderers 1-1 with Cambridge, and Melville United 0-0 with Hibiscus Coast, which I believe leaves Northern Rovers as the finishing second, which would see Manukau United and Northern Rovers promoted to the Northern League. Yeah. Wanderers, if they're still going, they need a goal to just win, basically. Same with Melville, just anything would get them that 3 points. Let's check on old Melville United. Still no score posted there. No result there either. Yeah, still says on Tribe. Apparently the games are still live, but I'd imagine they've surely finished by now. So I'll wrap it up there. It's pretty much us. Birkenhead, Western Springs, Auckland City and Auckland United round out the Northern League. And Manukau United and Northern Rovers will be promoted to the Northern League. With North Wellington AFC being relegated from the Central League today in place of Western FC. So we'll see how things go. I might come back and watch the under-16s. I might stream the cup game tonight. Alright, see how things go. Yeah, and I'll leave it there for the day.